She's the friend who'll show up with coffee or wine when you need it most. But probably wine. Good vibes are on the way. Welcome to Aaron O'Malley's Feel Good Frequency.
Hi, welcome to Aaron O'Malley's Feel Good Frequency. I'm Aaron. It's wonderful to have you join me today. Thank you for being here. I had the privilege of speaking with a wonderful woman named Kim, and above all else, she is a mom. And she did something that I think many of us think about doing, but rarely actually follow through with, and that is asking for help when we need it. So bad at that. And Kim normally is too, but she found herself in a position where she didn't really have a choice. And she was hoping that somebody could help out, someone would come through, and wow, did they ever. I'm here with Kim York, who became kind of a local celebrity recently in Boston. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And honestly, you became a local celebrity for one of the best reasons ever, and that is because you were being a mama.
That's all I know how to be. All I've done for almost 27 years.
Tell me about your life, your son. How many kids do you have?
I have one boy, and it's Zachary. Supposed to have hydrocephalus. Thought that was the worst thing in the world. The day he was born, they took him from me, and I didn't see him for at least 24 hours. Found out he had a brain tumor attached to his brainstem. When he was 4 days old, they gave him 12 hours of brain surgery and then said that there was nothing else they could do. The rest was attached to the brainstem, and most oligodendrogliomas were only older people, so they only had a 6-month, life expectancy.
Wow.
For some reason, the tumor shrank right after that, and we went another 10 years, and then it grew. So we went in, had another 12 hours of surgery. She called me 5 weeks later and said, I don't know what to do. I sent the pathology out to 5 different hospitals, and it keeps coming back benign. And I said, well, what does that mean? She said, just keep doing what you're doing. That's all I can say. So I did.
Oh my God. So this little boy that was given maybe a 6-month life expectancy is how old now?
He's going to be 27 in December.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, Kim.
It's funny because he has had people, 100% has something in him that people are drawn to. We could be in a grocery store. He was little and would have people come up and just touch him. He has something there. I don't know what it is. But yeah, so I just decided that, when they told me he wasn't going to make it, I said, I want to take him home. And they said, it's not a good idea. I said, teach me how to do everything. I had to put the tube in his nose because he wasn't drinking out of a bottle, had to use all the monitors, and got him home that night. He drank out of a bottle and never looked back.
Do you have any sort of medical background?
Not at all. Actually, every time I'm in the hospital, they always say, so are you in the medical field? I'm like, well, here. But no.
Kind of.
Not ever, not once. He was just always such a social kid. Always. And people watching had to see everything. So, we always took him to every carnival there was, every fair, because he loved it. We get him on all the rides. Then when he started getting a little too big, so we started going to the concerts, and music is his jam. So he rocks out to that. So we started going to those, and then we started with the cycling. We saw, something about Spalding Adaptive Sports, saw that, started doing that. Then my friend kept saying, you have to try Gnome Surf. I'm like, that's me handing him to somebody else. You know what I mean?
So funny that you mentioned them because Chris and Teo, who created Gnome Surf, has been on my podcast. Fantastic
I'll bet he has.
Guy.
Who doesn't love Chris?
He's amazing.
I know. It's like home to him, They come down and they're like, Zachary. And he's like, I'm like, yeah, they're here for you.
They love it. Gabe loves gnome surfing. They're so great with kids.
So, so we started doing that. Actually, 2.5 weeks, we're leaving for New Jersey. We go there for 5 days for a 4-day country music festival.
Oh, is country his favorite?
Country, I was line dancing when I was 8 months pregnant with him. So I think he came out kind of rocking. He'll do anything. He will listen to anything. But without a vehicle, I can't do any of it.
So is he in a wheelchair?
He is in a wheelchair.
How have you been able to get him around?
The only way that I've been able to get is by going and asking the public, because unfortunately, a lot of times it's because somebody has lost somebody. That is
Oh.
unfortunately how I've gotten most of my vehicles. So when I put the post on All Things Plymouth, it was to see if anybody knew anybody like, hey, oh, my grandfather has one, sitting in his yard or something like that. $6,000 here, $8,000 there, because they're $120,000 new.
Yeah. Oh
You know
my
what I
gosh,
mean?
they're crazy. So you've been able to find them through the years through different means.
Right, right. So I had a partially funded one through DDS, but that takes at least 8 months to a year just for them to even figure out the insurance, let alone
Wow.
trying to find one for the budget, which is non-existent. So I've always had a backup. The last one I had was a 2002, cost me $4,000, but it ran until it didn't.
Right.
So then we were here with nothing, and it's $1,000 a week to rent a wheelchair van.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
yeah.
What happened to your most recent van?
So I had my backup van. The other one was waiting to get a sticker. So I have my backup van. My PCA takes my son to go to music class. On the way there, the van breaks down. I don't have a vehicle to get him into. I've got hers, so I can go get her. So I call my ex and I said, you have to go get Zachary's on the side of the road because he's got a 1995 wheelchair van. I pull up in her vehicle to take her to go get the blue van. He pulls up and his radiator explodes.
Oh my
So now
gosh.
there's two vans on the side of the road and my son. Fortunately, she has a big vehicle. We got his chair, took all the wheels off, took the headrest off, put that in the back, put him in a seat, got to the other van. That night on my way home, turned onto my road and hit 7 deer.
Oh
So
my
it took out
gosh.
3 vehicles in 18 hours. I was getting taken down pretty good at that point.
Now, did you own that car? Was it a lease?
It was a lease to own. So I couldn't even buy it back.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you've had a long 18 hours. And
That was,
then
yeah.
what happened at that point?
Other than me having a meltdown, there wasn't much to do. I mean, I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't buy that back from them, so it's not my money. My other one was dead. So I did rent a wheelchair van for a week to get him to a couple of his things. And then I said, I can't do that. So I rented a regular van and just made sure somebody was with me, put the chair in the back, put him in the back seat with pillows and cushions. And
So you, at some point, you decided that I have to reach out and go on social media and see if there's anyone that has a van that they're no longer using
Yeah.
because this is not sustainable. $1,000 a week.
Yes.
So tell me about that.
So I put that post on a Saturday. I checked it, a couple times Sunday during our travels. And then Monday, I was getting messages like crazy. My friend was like, what is happening with your phone? I said, I really don't know. And then one of them was from Julie McDonald from WBZ. And my friend's sitting there and I'm looking at my phone and I said, I don't know what's happening. And it said, this is Julie from WBZ and I saw your story and I'd like to do an interview. And I was like, on what? And
I'm just a mom looking for a little
right.
help.
And then that was at 2:00 on Monday. And at 5:00 she was here with her cameraman.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. And then, so she messaged me Tuesday morning and said, can we have your phone number in case I need it? And I said, okay. So I gave that to her and then I went to work. If you don't answer your phone, you might miss something that you desperately need for your child. So I
Sure.
always have to answer my phone. I look at it and go, I hate this, but I answer it. So I'm in the back at work. My phone rang and I answered it. And he said, this is Stacey James from the New England Patriots. I'm patching through Robert Kraft. I thought I was being punked. I really did. I was like, who would be this mean?
Yeah.
So Robert Kraft got on the phone and he said, I saw you and your son this morning on the news. It really touched me. He said, and I want to help. He said, your son was given 6 months to live. I said, he was. He said, he's going to be 27. I said, in December. And he said, okay. He said, you said something about $40,000. How can I get that to you?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how to act, what to say, or even how to respond to that. By the next morning, they had already made an arrangement with Mobility Works in North Attleboro. They had a van, I guess, all set. Mobility Works came back and said, is this for the Plymouth mom? And then they said, we're gonna upgrade it to a little newer model.
Oh my gosh. I am like fighting tears. This is so.
So I think I'm all cried out because for 2 weeks, it's been nonstop, and it's just all been so positive. Every single thing. I was at a place yesterday in Plymouth with Zachary, and a woman stopped me and said, I just wanted to say congratulations. I have no idea who these people are. it literally has restored my faith in humanity. Like, every single comment, I mean, the ones that I can't respond to, that I just haven't been able to, like, I've read them all, and, yeah, it's just been nothing short of amazing. Nothing short of amazing. I mean, I know who Zachary is and, what he means to me, but just to have them see it, it's, I don't know, it's pretty amazing.
It is absolutely amazing. I loved this story from the moment I saw it, and I just was fighting back tears thinking, "Oh my gosh." I saw the original story, before Robert Kraft got involved or anything, and I kept thinking, like, "How can there be a GoFundMe set up?"
I can't tell you the people that have offered me vehicles in California, Idaho, Illinois. "Can you get here? I'll sign it over to you."
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
They
yeah,
heard about this all the way across the country?
everywhere, everywhere. Obviously, it's an older gentleman. You can tell by the writing on the envelope, tell by the scratching out. Like, I remember my grandmother's writing, and it had a little note that said, "I'm a little short of what I morally like to give $20 to help. I'll send the rest my next month." I'm like, this is why I didn't start a GoFundMe, because my friends and neighbors would give me their last $10. And I wasn't looking for money. I didn't need anything. Like, there's a lot we could use here, but I don't need anything except my son and a way to get him to where he wants to go. That's all I need. So I have no idea how to send that back to him, because I looked the address up and I can't find it.
So what did he send? I know he said he couldn't send 20.
He said $6 because it's what he
Oh,
had. Mhm. I might have cried more over that.
yeah,
So,
that's
yeah,
killing me right now too.
the Brewster Ambulance Company called me, and said if I need a ride anywhere, free of charge, they will come and pick us up.
Oh my gosh, that's unheard of. That
Mhm.
is gorgeous kindness.
Like I said, I've cried a lot in the last couple of weeks. I'm still don't know what happened.
But it's like the best tears ever.
It's just the fact that I just sent him to music class because I didn't have to go with him, because I didn't have to carry him. I'm like, it's the one thing I don't do, that he likes to go with somebody else, and I'm like, "God," and that's another thing too. Sometimes he just likes his people, and without
Yeah.
a reliable vehicle, I can't have his people bring him anywhere.
So his weight has to be he's gotta be well over what, 100 pounds?
But he's 100 of dead weight.
You can't carry him, I would think.
No,
That's by yourself, there's no
drag him
way.
once in a while, but no, I can't carry him.
Way too heavy. Oh my gosh.
Always gotta be somebody with me, no matter where we go, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
We go
Yeah.
surfing, I need somebody to help me get him in his little wetsuit, get him in his beach chair, like, it's just we always need somebody with us. So, I've been fighting for that for at least the last year, and I finally got some people.
The fact that you have to fight for everything is exhausting.
When he turned 22, it was like getting let out of jail. "Here's $20, hope you make it."
Mhm.
Everything shut
It's
down.
awful. I don't think a lot of people know that, but
No.
the state does have wonderful programs and quite a bit of help for special needs kids. Once you get to the age of 22, it's like you said, drop like a hot potato.
Mhm,
You are
mhm.
now like go out on your own kind of thing. And so it's up to the parents to figure out what comes next and how to progress through life.
Most people wait until your child is 18 to apply for DDS. Don't wait. Start early. It doesn't matter if nothing picks you up until he turns 18. It'll click in when he turns 18. That's definitely one thing that you need to get in there is DDS.
So you're just kind of piecing it together by yourself after 22.
Absolutely, 100%, which is why he does everything he does, because otherwise he'd be sitting in a room watching a TV. I've
Yeah.
seen so much of that, and it's just so unfair. It's so unfair. They want to be out there, you know?
Well, now I don't know if he's ever skied, but Wachusett has a fantastic adaptive program.
I would love to take him. Like I said, it took me a year to get some people, but now that I got some people in a reliable vehicle, there's some more things I want him to do. He's done
I
tubing.
can't wait to get you all into that because my
Yes.
husband is an adaptive snowboard instructor. Our kiddo does adaptive skiing, and it basically looks like a sled with
Right.
skis on the bottom. And everybody loves it. It is such a fantastic thing for them to do and program. And so I'll get you all that
Yes,
information
please.
after this because you'll love it and he'll love it.
100%. Oh, and we had mentioned, I guess, on the 9-minute video that was out there as well. I had a woman reach out to me. She doesn't live in South Carolina, but she think her parents or something live down there. She's like, I'm down there all the time. If you need, any information, she's like, and I'd like to gift you with a gift certificate to one of our favorite restaurants down there. And I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, it's been nonstop. No hate, just none. And I haven't seen that in a really long time.
I
But
know, right?
it's been a roller coaster for sure. So beyond grateful. I can't even, just the fact that I only get to spend 10 minutes with the man kind of bumps me out. But that
Yeah.
10 minutes I could tell. I could feel that it was genuine.
Robert Kraft is a very giving, kind man, and he does a lot of things that people will never even know about,
Right,
and
right.
it really is genuine, though. I believe that he is such a caring person, and if there's a way to help, he finds it, and
Mhm.
there aren't a lot of people that I know that have a ton of money that are like that, which is
Right,
sad because it's
right.
usually the people that have the least
Nothing. Yep,
that
that will
do the
give, like, the
most.
last $6 that they have.
Yes.
Yep,
Yes.
I know.
So it's refreshing to hear of somebody that has the means and finds ways to help and really wants to and isn't looking for accolades. It has nothing to do with it. Robert Kraft doesn't need any
No, he
accolades.
doesn't
Everybody
need
knows who he
anybody
is,
to know who he is, they all know.
It's just that kindness. I love that that was bestowed upon you.
It's definitely something that happens to other people, and
Yeah.
I look at Zachary and I just think he's so worth it. I'm so happy for him that I don't have to struggle and fight to get him to where he needs to go, like, just that stress taken away, that one little stress taken away is just huge, it's huge.
But see, look at this. That shows right there what an amazing mom you are and how blessed Zachary is to have you. And I know you feel the same way about him. But I love that you have found all these different things for him to do and
Mhm.
activities. And that is all you. Congrats, kudos to you for being such an angel on earth and finding ways to make his life as best as it could possibly be.
That's
That
what I
is
call him.
all you. It's all you doing it and making sure that he can have those experiences, and I love that for him, and I love it for you too, because it's gotta make you feel good to know, like you said, he's not just sitting in front of a TV, he's actually living.
Mhm. Yeah, that's all he ever wanted to do. I don't wanna say he doesn't know he's any different, but he doesn't feel like he's any different, you know? He gets to
Yeah.
do just as much as everybody else does, more. He wakes up every day with a big stupid grin on his face. Sometimes I walk by his room, he's just talking and laughing.
Kim, I say this. When somebody asks me about our Gabe, I'm like, this kid wakes up smiling
Mhm.
every day. He teaches me how to live.
I had no idea until him. No idea. He 100% made me a completely different person.
It's incredible how our kiddos have done that because it really like, all the little things that we stress about, when I see that face and that
Mhm.
smile, just happy to get another day on earth, I'm like,
Yep.
Okay, whatever I was just upset about, I don't even remember."
Yep, it is. I've had people call me and say, "I'm having a really bad day." I'm like, "Did you wanna stop by and see him?" They're like, "Please."
"Thank you for the high five." It's
And
just
you know what's
little
funny?
things.
This van is the first van in a really long time that I can reach him. It is wicked funny. I was like, "Oh my god, I can reach you right now."
That's fantastic.
And
That's even better.
I don't have to wrestle him in there or lay over his wheels to get him strapped in, like, none of that.
I'm so glad that you went to your community Facebook page and just said, "Hey, I don't like asking for help, but is there anybody that has a van that's a wheelchair van that they're not using that I could purchase for something that isn't $100,000? Like, please help." People want to help. And I love that all of this led to something that isn't what you would feel bad about, like
And
a
that's
GoFundMe.
wow, that's funny you said that because 100%, every single one of my friends knows that about me, that if I were
Mhm.
to have done a GoFundMe, I didn't wanna know how much would be in it right now, and I would feel so guilty, that I
Yeah.
didn't need that. You know what I mean? I didn't need
I
that.
know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what
As
you
soon as
mean.
you said that, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm not that person." I'm not that
Right.
person that gets somebody walking up to them in a restaurant and says, "Congratulate." I'm not that person. I'm like walking around with a mask on. Like, I'm just not that person. Zachary's all, I'm like, "I know. It's good for you. You're a celebrity. You can't go through
Yeah,
the
you
store. I
love
get
it.
it." Yeah. That's you, buddy. That's not me. I hide behind you when that happens. But here
I
we
knew
are.
you would feel guilty. I knew you would feel
Oh
guilty
my
about a
god, I
GoFundMe.
couldn't do it. The amount of people that kept messaging me, "What's your GoFundMe?" I'm like, "I'm not doing that."
When I had breast cancer in 2018, my friends kept saying, "Gonna make you a GoFundMe, we're gonna go," and I said, "No, I don't need it. I have insurance, and
Right,
my husband has insurance I had 2 insurance companies. We didn't need that help, we didn't need that extra I was like, "If you wanna donate to something, donate to the breast cancer research but please, we don't need
right,
anything."
right.
And I never wanna be that kind of person, and
No. I mean, we could all use it, don't you know what
of
I mean? But
course!
that's a whole different scenario.
Especially, like, if you ended up with more than what it would which I
Mhm.
promise you, you would have ended up with a ton of
I
money,
believe
and then it
me.
would have been like, "What am I gonna do with this? I gotta help others."
Right, and then that would have taken up so much time because I would have been trying to
Yes.
find out where to put the money.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't have
Right.
time for that either, so
God bless you. Oh my gosh. I'm just so thankful it all worked out the way
yeah,
that it
I never in a million years thought Robert Kraft was gonna call me at my job. I walked out from the back, and I'm pure white, and they're my people, just pouring down my face, and they're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "So, like, the pictures, like Robert Kraft, right?" And they're looking at me like I've just had a seizure or something, and they're like, "Yeah," and I said, "So, I'm either being punked or I just got off the phone with Robert Kraft." And they're like, "What the hell are you talking about?" I'm like, "I don't know. He wants to help. I don't know." When I talked
Oh my
to,
gosh.
Stacey James the next morning, he said as soon as that ended, he looked at me and said, "We're gonna help her."
Oh,
Which is why so then Julie was funny too. I don't know anything about TV or anything, so when I'm messaging her and I was like, "I don't wanna say a name, I don't wanna say anything because I don't know," and I don't know if he wants to be anonymous. I said, "Good morning." She said, "Good morning. How are you? Any news?" I'm like, "Oh, this girl, she's cute." So I'm like, "Yes. Anybody call you?" And she said, "We got an interesting call." I said, "As did I." She said, "Call me." I was like, "Okay."
that's great.
But I still didn't wanna say names till she said it. I was like, "Okay, you said it, I didn't." Everything they did, just awesome.
And you loving the van,
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's perfect. Perfect.
and most importantly, it's exactly what you need.
It really is. It is. There's plenty of room for his stuff when we go away, and I could probably put 2 wheelchairs in there if I wanted to. It's wide enough. You don't like I said, you don't have to stuff them in there.
I'm
It is
so happy.
amazing.
Thank you so much for taking time to just explain the whole situation and how it restored your faith in humanity pretty
And
quickly,
it is
too.
funny, like, you read pages, the town pages, and it's just nothing but negativeness all over the place, and I don't know how it sparked it, but it seems to have brought a lot of people, something in them, I guess, which I guess if that sparked some kind of kindness in people, then I'm all for it.
I do feel like that shows that people are so desperate for something to cheer
Mhm,
for goodness, for, oh my gosh, I can do something to help instead of complaining about the sidewalks and the town tax and the
mhm.
garbage collect and all the other things that you see. This just stood out because it was somebody needs help. What can we do? How can we make this person's life a little easier and better? And I feel like that is the core of who we are, and we get so lost and pulled in different directions from the
Especially
negative,
on
but
social media. I don't wanna be known in Plymouth, but I wanna go walk around and meet these people, like, "Wow, you guys are really okay. We're gonna be okay," you know?
yeah, you have to be a special kind of horrible to have something negative to say about a mom who's trying to get a wheelchair van for her son that needs it. I mean, that's a toughie, but there's always one. You're right, there's
Yes,
always
it's
one,
true,
so
it is true.
I'm glad that it was all positive, as
Yeah,
it
I
should
couldn't
be.
be any more grateful to Robert Kraft for calling me at my job on a Tuesday night to tell me that he was gonna change our lives.
Love that. Well, thank you so much. It has been an absolute joy talking to you.
Thank you very much. My pleasure as well.
If there's one thing that you take away from this episode, I hope it is that when you are in a situation where you really could use some help, that you ask. There are so many people who are really good humans that want to help each other out. And in many circumstances, they don't know what to do. But if there's something especially specific, like Kim really needed access to a wheelchair van. And like she said, there were so many people all across the country who ended up reaching out saying, oh my gosh, we have one and you can have it if you can make it to Illinois or all these other places that were reaching out to her because they had heard that she needed that. And yeah, it's okay to reach out. In fact, it's what we all should be doing. We're all kind of here to help each other along the way. At least that's the way I've always felt it should be. And trust me, there are so many people that will step up and do whatever they can to help you out if they just know what you need and maybe even a little bit of what you're going through. I promise you, there are people out there that will be like Mr. Rogers' mom said, the helpers. The helpers are everywhere. So thank you for joining me for this episode. If you are doing something to make the world a better place, you know somebody that is, you have a great story to share, please tell me. ErinO'Malley'sFrequency.com is my website. Go there. You can email me straight through it. I'll get right back to you. ErinO'Malley'sFrequency.com. Thanks so much for spending your time with me. Have a great week. Bye.